That's as good as it's gonna get. All right, so this evening I decided to do this palette, the Makeup Revolution Chilled. Actually, I think it's very fall tone, just because there's a lot of greens and stuff. And these colors all here and this one like really reminded me of like a palette from the 90s. So I was like, well, let's do the 90s hair. Even though landscape, you really can't see it. It is, it has cannabis sativa in it. It's really cute. I like it. I actually bought one months ago, probably like spring, and I never used it and I lost it. So, so this one I just got from CVS yesterday because I love CVS. I mean, I like drugstore makeup. I've used it all my life, and I mean, I like finding new things. But with their like rewards, you could get $10 a month and you pay like $5 a month. So this was like $3 off of 18, and I had the $10 rewards and then like $2 other rewards too. So I basically got it for free. Another thing that I didn't try yet that I'm going to try, whatever, if you can't see it, it's okay. It's a new L'Oreal under eye concealer, and it's the True Match eye cream and a concealer, and it has 0.5% hyaluronic acid. It said that it's supposed to hydrate for 24 hours. Why you would leave concealer on for 24 hours, I don't know. But and then this Wet n Wild sponge. It was one of the Halloween ones. So with that, I will start. I got this in my FabFitFun box, so it's a full size of the Benefit Porefessional. I used it before and I've liked it. So I like the Clarins one better. It's a little more pricey, but it's one that I like. So I already, I didn't have any makeup on today when I went to work, but I did wash off what I had on previously, like my moisturizer and stuff, and just put some moisturizer and eye cream on. So I'm gonna pop this on. I wanted to wear a white tank top, but we got black today. And it's kind of warm actually. I was going to, since I was like, ooh, it's 90s themed, I was going to put on a flannel, and then I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. Alright, so I'm gonna let this set. I hope these might put like a weird bend in my hair when I take them out, but we're not really here for the hair. But I like these clips, they're my favorite, and I think I might even wear them like after Halloween. I don't care. It'll be Christmas and I'll be having like skulls in my hair. So let's do, I'll do this later just because I would rather do my eye makeup first before I get everything else done. Sorry, my cord's plugged in and I didn't want it to die. Alright, so what I'll do first is my brows. I always do them first. I'm going to use, I know it's a little bit darker for me and I might have used it the last time that I did my live, but if I could find it. Sorry, like I said, I did get out of work and I had to get some food and eat. Okay, never mind, I'm not going to use it. Oh, here it is. The Limelight Foundation. I want to say this one is 04. I have to link stuff onto these so everybody knows what I used, but I'm going to get this new blender in, and I always like to put just a little bit of product on my brows before I do them, so then there's something there for it to stick to. I find that even just a primer, it doesn't really stick very well, so again, apologies for being disheveled today. Once we get the show on the road, it'll be a little bit better. I'm going to make it easy. I need to get a new pencil because this one is the Anastasia Brow Definer in chocolate. I really like this one, and I know the last video I did, I used it too because it has a skinny tip, but it's a little dark. It matches my roots, but when the rest of it's done, so I'm just going to go in and just kind of do like a quick brow. The light's bright, so I can't see this. I like using the skinny end. So I'm going to, here, let's move this way. Alright, so I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to trace up to there. And I like to overextend it because I'm going to fill in here a little bit. So I tweeze my brows so they're in the like exact shape that I need. But if you just have whatever shape you like, that's fine too. I'm going to follow up here. I don't want like a super defined brow today. I kind of want just like what I would do for every day. And then trace up the top. And I always like them to come up a little bit. I don't like them too rounded. Hello! Good evening to you, sir. Glad you can make it. And they're a little thinner, but when you use the brush end to comb them out, they'll thicken up a little bit. You just want to fill in those spots. So we're not going to get too crazy with the brows today. So this will be like what I would normally do if I'm just going to work or something. That one's a little bit thicker. So if you do one a little bit thicker, just go into the next one. And anything here you mess up, you can clean up with the primer. This I'm going to leave until later because I found with the pencil, since it's so waxy, if I do go in and draw little strokes, by the time I'm done with everything, it just like gets melted into the skin. Same thing with pomade. I tried drawing on with pomade and I didn't like it. So I'm going to get the little brush and we're just going to kind of comb it through. And I think I press too hard when I do this because I usually end up like taking most of the brow off with it, but whatever. I like it to be like mixed in and comb through. If you're getting it on your skin, you want to like push it onto your skin. And you could always add more if you take it off. See, like, well, actually in the mirror. In the phone you can't really tell, but I'm going to go up. And I could always clean them up later, because if they went out of whack. This is the, if you don't have any time to do your brows, doing your brows look. Alright, next I'm going to do my eye primer. Okay. P. Louise Shadow Base in, I'm going to say this is 01. Yep. So just take a little tiny bit, because I found that if I take too much, then I'm using too much. And I mean, there's a lot. It goes a long way. This thing's going to last me for years. But do I want to waste it? No. So I'm going to dip this brush. This is just like a concealer brush. Like it's disposable. I was going to get another one of these when I was at CVS yesterday, but I got that new one instead. And it was like spend $15 on L'Oreal products and get $5 in extra bucks. So I was like, okay, because that concealer was 15 something. And I noticed too, like a lot of their mascaras, which I haven't used any like newer drugstore ones. Someone on Twitter told me about one, and I need to like save these things so I can remember. But I've been using the Ever mascara for like over a year now. and I love it. I just need a new one. Mine's old. End of, what did this come with? Came with one of the Naked palettes. I actually saw some girl on Instagram, see after I dumped that in, I need a little bit, using one of the Naked brushes, and I was like, yay, somebody else who uses the brushes that come with stuff. I have some that I've had for years, and I mean, they give you the brushes with the palette, like, why not use them? A lot of the Urban Decay brushes that come with the palettes are really, really good. I've had a lot of them for years. I have a Tarte one from when, I wish I had the palette still, when they were like rebellious, like it was a different vibe when they first came out, and it was a really cool palette with like one of the studs. It was a purple like leather case with studs on it, and like nobody bought Tarte at that point, and now it's like everywhere, which is cool, good for them. And I know that the original founder, like, she ended up selling the company, so it's not, you know, sometimes that happens. I know people make their money and then they move on. Okay, that one, I went a little too high on this here, so I just want to fill it in. I mean, I don't know, I wouldn't say no to selling a makeup company, but on the same hand, you don't know, like, hello, you don't know where you're going to be at a certain point in your life, you know, if you just want to kind of move on. All right, good. Speaking of moving on, I just need a drink first. I don't know how people can do videos and not have anything to drink, but I am always going to be drinking something. This is iced tea. Hi. Oh, they said hi. Aw, thanks. Yeah, so, and smoking my smoke, that's just how it's going to be. Speaking of that Tarte brush, this one, this is it. And it has like this flat end, and then this little one that goes into your crease. It's got some red on it, so I definitely can't use that for my brow bone. Okay, let's use this one. Hi! The other brushes I use are Miss Q, and they are from Amazon. So you can get like a whole huge brush set for like 60 bucks. So first I'm going to go into Calm. It looks a little more white on camera, but it's kind of like a very pale yellow. Like if you want to think of like an Easter yellow, but then with shimmer. I liked a lot of the shimmers in here. I tried them on my hand last night. Some of the mattes I wasn't like too crazy about. They didn't seem to cover, but I was like, well, we'll see what happens with the brush. So I'm going to dip it into the Calm a little bit, and then I'm just going to press it. Whoop, that covered pretty nice. So you can see the difference, see how yellow it is compared to what I got going on here. So I'm just going to go all the way under my brow bone. That looks cute. I really, really like very light colors for the brow bone. It's, this is what it is. I usually like the peach, but they've been out of the peach at my grocery store, and I'm so mad. I was apprehensive about the lemon because I was like, oh, if it's too lemony, I'm not going to like it. But I got it the other day, and it's not too bad. It does not have a very strong lemon flavor, but I do prefer the peach. The only thing I hate is it's like staining my teeth, so I need to get into the teeth whitening. I did do it the other day, though, when I went to the dentist. Okay, so what's another one that I like? I definitely want to work in the greens. I haven't worn, like, green eyeshadow in a very, very long time. I want to do... I'm going to stick with, like, maybe mossy, like a mossy, like, deeper colors. Because I really like this Candyland one. But I think I want to go with Dope. I really want to do it up like like a deep fall look. So let's see where oh, let's get that tart one that I talked about, but we're going to use this end. So I'm going to go into, that's a very like mossy color. Dope. And it goes on pretty good. The formula feels really soft, which is nice. I didn't notice that they were like scratchy or anything. I just want to get it right in here. That's a pretty one. I used to just wear green eyeshadow. I had this green silk shirt that I used to like love, and it was kind of like this color. And I would wear green eyeshadow with it all the time. I just did it a lot. And I might be dating myself with this silk shirt, but they were cool as shit. I don't care. I think we should bring them back. I'm gonna go like to the thrift store and see if I could find some cool silk shirts for the fall. Like rock it out like New Kids on the Block and Color Me Bad. Like I want like one of the ones with like the geometric prints on it or something. I just want to darken it up a bit. I think this is going to go pretty quickly, so that's good. It definitely won't be 2 hours like the other one, because this is a different type of vibe, but I think it looks good. I hope my camera angle's okay. I tried my best. If I have 2 devices to use to like announce that I'm going on, I think that'll work better. But I'm getting there, you know. There's only so much you can do with so little of the things that you have. Alright, next I'm going to do I think I'm going to go in and I'm going to do Cool right here, and I'm going to put it right underneath the brow bone because I want to go in with another green in the crease. And I don't want like a dark brown, but let me just see how that's going to turn out. Because I know it didn't turn out as dark as it looks in there yesterday. Oh yeah. It's kind of like a nice coffee color, but it's not like super dark. Oh yeah, I think that works. Just to cut that highlight a little bit and just smoke it out. That's another thing too, where I like doing lighter, like going lighter on the makeup during the day, but then if I take pictures and post them, it doesn't look like I have anything on. And I'm like, in this light, this has like a purpley tone. And I don't know, I think like pictures, at least of myself, with just like lighter makeup on, I look too much like myself. That one doesn't look bad. I like how it has a... Hello! I hope everybody's having a good night. I mean, it's Thursday, and from what I've experienced, and I also know like a lot of other people have experienced this, even if you don't believe in it, okay, I'll just like add that disclaimer, like this Mercury retrograde this October is like freaking real. Everybody's like losing their shit, but it'll be okay. Right before Halloween, I'll get there. It still picked up a little of the shimmer in there. I should have stayed a little closer to the brow bone, but that's okay. I'm just gonna blend it in. Yay, we have friends here. Oh, and thank you for everybody who tuned in. I really appreciate it. I gotta come up with like more things to talk about, but I don't know, I kind of just like function on the fact that like when I'm doing something I focus on it, and like that's it. Okay, I'm gonna take this little pointy guy here, and then we're gonna do, oh, I don't know, Actually, no, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to do natural in here, and then plant that I liked, I'm going to do that down here. I'm one of those people that when you give me like 4 shades in a shadow palette, or six, I heard like, I read or heard somewhere that like you shouldn't have to use every shade in the shadow palette. Excuse me, what if I want to? I haven't read magazines in like a billion years. I used to read magazines like nobody's business. Every month I would go and I would buy every single new edition. They were my favorite. I miss them. I don't think that seeing things online is the same as opening a new magazine, and even like the Ulta books that they send you with the perfume in it, the perfume sample. Ooh, that turned out really nice. Yeah, it's just not the same as the magazines. It was just something special. I don't know. And please tell me if you've seen my other videos and if I've ever repeat something. Like, you already said this before, Nate. When I was in like 6th grade, I used to go to the library all the time. That was my thing. I would hang out at the library, and I made friends with the librarians, and I would read the magazines, but I would want to take them home so I can use my little sponge applicators and $1 makeup that I bought and recreate the looks in there with whatever I had, which was not much. So when I say $1 makeup, it was like 4 things. But you couldn't take the magazines out. They would never let you take them out. They're like, you have to read them here. Well, I made friends with them, and they would let me check them out as long as I brought them back and they weren't ruined. And I made sure that they were perfect when they came out. Oh, I made that one a little crazier. I like it. That's why I kind of like just going in with like no idea what I'm doing and just rolling with it. I mean, because that's how life is, you know? And a lot of times when you have a plan for something, it's not going to go as planned at all. And that's okay. Because, you know, maybe it wasn't meant to be that way, even though you wanted it real bad. And sometimes things happen that also surprise you. And things will happen that you never even expected, but it is so good for you. So, you know, it's better makeup or better. Yes and no. So as far as brushes go, as I said before, I use a lot of, exactly. I use a lot of them that come with the Urban Decay palettes most of the time. I would say certain brushes, if you're going to go like super, super cheap, like if you're going to buy them at like Five Below or something like that, they're good for like just starting out. Some brushes you can tell just by looking at them, what like pieces will fall out and stuff like that. These ones are really good, and like I said, they're it's funny actually to speak of makeup brushes. So my boss actually bought these for me a little while after I started at my job, and I was like, oh my god, thank you, like they're so nice, because I've only worked with like the Urban Decay ones that I got and stuff, you know. And the Urban Decay ones and all these ones, they're like really short, so your hand is limited. And then when I used the long one like this, I literally felt like I was like cheating at doing my makeup. I was like, this is so easy. So, yeah. And as far as makeup, like, what do you mean by better? Like more expensive brands, stuff like that. it all depends. I would say just test things. I know a lot of people who are into makeup get sucked into like, this is brand new, I need this. But the problem with that too is it gets old. Like, there are new things, but just like everything else that's out there now, like, there's new things, but nothing's like really new. It's just kind of regurgitated. I've noticed that with, and I'm sorry if I'm getting off track, but you can message me questions. Like, my email is in my bio, so email me, or if you follow me on Twitter. Would you rather have a better makeup or use... Oh, I'm sorry. I would rather have a better makeup, because no matter what, I have these. I have these. I'll use a Q-tip. Like, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I would rather have better makeup, just because of like the blendability and stuff like that, as far as how certain products work. So thank you for revising, and I'm going to rant. So all right, I think I'm done with that. I'm happy with it, and it didn't take super long. Yeah, we've been about a half hour into this, so it's not too bad. All right, so I'm just using this beauty blender to blend that primer, because if I don't blend it when I go in with my foundation, it's going to look weird. And then I'm just going to use my finger on this side, because this doesn't reach as good here. All right, and then we're going to go back to the brows. All right, and then I'm just going to draw like little lines down. And just fill that in. I wish they grew here, but they do not. And that's okay. This one, the way that my hand goes, it always ends up being like concave here. It's this one too. And then I'll look at them and I'm like, why do they look crazy? And I know this eyebrow is lower than this one, but it is what it is. Nobody's face is perfect unless you pay for it. That is gonna be okay. Like I said, I'm not going for perfect. Listen, we're going for like real life here today. That's one thing that I like to do on my channel too. Like, I want to just like do things that I'm like, hey, this isn't going to take you too long. Like, if you're going to go out for the night and you want to do some makeup, or even if you like taking time to do your makeup before you go to work, and you know, I think it works out good. I mean, I could do my makeup in like 5 minutes too, but I'm going to be able to talk to everybody doing it for 5 minutes. Alright, so that's done. I have been saving doing my forehead for last. I know I don't have a ton of lines, but when I do my mascara and stuff, it just makes it worse. So I'm going to try the new L'Oreal Under Eye Concealer. I literally took like the teeniest bit because I don't want to put boatload on. I see a lot of people using like gobs and gobs of concealer, and I was just like, oh my god, that's like a recipe for disaster. Like, are you going to move your face at all today or no? Okay, this actually feels really good. It feels like an eye cream. It doesn't feel like heavy or sticky. I'm going to just use a teeny bit more. No, teeny bit. It feels like powdery in a way. Like soft and powdery. I won't be able to tell like how it wears since it's nighttime. But I mean, so far, It doesn't look, it looks like it blurred. And you can't see lines, but you can see I get, just naturally, I get darkness here. My daughter has it too, since she was like born. That's not bad. Yeah, she'd be, you know, like a year old, and I'm like, oh my gosh, sweetie, you look like you're like packing bags for days. It's just hereditary. I have to get the powder that I use under my eyes though. I lost it, and now I need to get more. I've been using a purple eyeshadow, but it's not the same. And anytime that you do use a finger for your concealer, oh, that covered that. I had this pimple here that like won't go away either, but I'm not going to dig at my face to get rid of it. Use your ring finger for eye cream, concealer, anything like that, because your ring finger is the weakest finger on your hands. I'm pretty happy with how that worked. And it looks a lot lighter in this light, but to me in the mirror, it actually looks really good. So, okay, bye. So I am going to take, this one is a lighter Limelight. This is, I know they changed the names of them. This is the Olive 3, so I'm just going to go under the eye area with the lighter one. My skin's still kind of dark from tanning, but it's not dark enough to use this all over. So I'm going to go up here. And I did also have someone I know tell me that they wanted to know how to contour. So I will put that in this video too. And you want to get in your nose. I know it like looks gross, but, and then I blend on top of the lighter color because I don't want to see like light, dark, dark, dark. And I don't go crazy covering that up. I mean, I have acne scars. Like, it happens. I also got the acne scars as an adult, so it's a lot harder than pimples. Goodbye, pimple. Yeah, so I'd rather not have to take the time to like cover every single little thing. Just annoying. It's too much. Alright, and then I'm going to blend under here. Just whatever I see that's like needed to be covered to make it look more uniform. I don't need to make it look like I have a totally different face. And this lighting is like more white, but I can't see that good in the other ones. Let me see. See the blue. That might work better. Now that makes it look more like how I see it here, so that's good. All right, so I'm going to do the under eye. So I'm going to use the same tiny brush that I used for the crease, but first I'm going to go in with, this is a NYX, the Retractable Liner in black. I like the retractable ones better in any liner just because they have a better tip, and sharpening them, especially pencils, like there's like shards of like wood that get in your eye. It's annoying. And I'm not going to go too heavy on the line. I'm going to make it thicker on the outside and work right here to make it thinner. It makes your eyes look bigger when you do that. And then here, I know one of my eyes goes down a little bit further than the other, but whatever. I think it's this one, right here. I'm making that weird face. I don't really make that face when I'm doing my mascara, but okay. Then I'm going to go in with, what was the one that I wanted to use? Oh, Plant. Right there. And I'm just going to dab it here. And just smoke it out. Kind of looks weird that that's disconnected, so I'll see what I want to do with that. I really like how these are blending though. Definitely better with the brushes than they were using my finger on my hand, so let's just drag this up just a little bit. I think that works. Bye, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Good. I think that worked nice. Alright, so we did that. Let's do, I'm going to go in with the Benefit GimMe Brow just to pop these up a little bit. I was going to do fake lashes, but at nighttime it's not easy. I noticed a little spot right here that comes down a little bit, so I'm just going to get a little bit on this Urban Decay brush and kind of buff them away. Because that became a little brighter, I'm just going to do it on the other side. And I think that color will work really nice in the inner corner too. So I'm going to take that and just pop it right in there. Just to give it a little more brightness. Good. I know this mascara is like old, but I got another one that I had and it was brand new, but I don't like it, so just pop this on. And I like to just kind of lightly coat the lashes. And if you look up like this, then you really won't touch your lid. So just a light coat. Because I hate when like a little blob of mascara ends up on your eyelid. Okay, and then we're going to go in. And because I did that first coat, it really won't go through. So I take the mascara wand and then drag it and twist it and then close my eye at the same time. And after that first coat, I can like go nuts and do like a whole bunch of coats. Like, I don't even know how many I'm doing right now. And I mostly like doing the top lashes. Like some will land down here anyway, so you really don't have to worry about it much. Every once in a while I'll hit it up, but since this one's old, I kind of don't want to, just because it'll get flaky. See how like some actually ended up down there. Well, since it already landed down there, that's what we're going to do. And we got to make the other side match. That looks pretty. Alright. Now for contour. And blush. And highlight. I got all of it going on. Not liking how that's looking under my eye. This is the purple that I've been using to kind of correct, but I'm going to order the other stuff. It's the Kat Von D Lolita palette, and this one is Promessa. It looks white, but it's like a really like light baby purple, but it's just a little too dark for what I want. but it still works, and it blends in, and you can't see it in pictures, but it gets rid of that deep line that I have here. This makes me nuts. And oh, how I would love to get it filled in, but then something terrible would probably happen to me, so I won't. I'm not gonna go walking around with like a messed up eye. I would die. Okay. So now we're gonna go in and do the forehead. So if I went over the brows a little too much, I just go in with the tip of the blender and do that. I miss my tan. Okay. And I'm going to set my under eye. I actually bought this because I thought it would work really good for using white makeup, but it's the NYX Photogenic Studio. It's white. It's actually more of like a clear, it'll show up clear HD powder, so get a little bit on a tiny beauty blender. It's not wet. I didn't wet this one because I forgot it. And I'm just going to like pop it under my eye. Just set all that. And this stuff is like really awesome because when I put it on, I need to get one of those little, I keep talking about it, little things that you put on your camera to like zoom in a little closer. But when I put it here, it just like literally made my pores disappear in real life. I was like, what is this magic? Okay. So as far as contour goes, where is my stick? This is the Maybelline Fit Me Shine Free Balance Foundation in Coconut. And this brush that I'm going to use is, if I can find him, hello. Oh, so old, it's not even on there. It's an IT Cosmetics, and I don't think they make this anymore, but it's a foundation brush. I use that one to blend. So for my contour for this time, I'm going to just take this and draw that line up there. Draw you under my cheekbone. And then here. And I don't contour my nose all the time. Look it, it's crooked. I don't care. But I like this brush to blend this because if I just kind of hit it up like that, it goes in really nice. And in the summer I kind of wanted this to be darker, but I like it now. Okay, good. My nose isn't like pointy-ish anyway, so it's not. When the very first time I contoured my nose, I was like, my nose looks dirty. I don't like this. Alright, and then I'm going to take the blender for my nose because the brush just spreads it around a little too much for me. And then if I bring it out that way, it'll be okay. And then put whatever foundation that was left on the other side on there. And look, it didn't do anything anyway. I'm not worried. I think just sometimes doing a little bit of highlight, like, contours it enough for me. And the only reason I do it is because, like, in photos, it makes your nose look, like, way bigger. So, I mean, I get it why people do it. I never did at first, but now I get it. But on the same hand, I just need a little more foundation on this. if you're over contouring, I think it just looks clownish. But again, whatever you like. If people like their makeup a certain way, that's cool, but I like to do a bunch of different things. I don't do it the same way twice. Like ever. Just boring. Okay. Next, I'm gonna do, where's my powder? That is not it. Oh, here it is. This is the Jeffree Star. I wish it said what it was on the bottom, but it doesn't. Oh, it does. It was small in the middle. This is the Luminous setting powder, and this one's beige. So I'm just going to take this giant fluffy brush and go over what I did down here, just because it was a little white. And I also want to blend that like purpley color in. And then set my forehead. And just kind of work down this way. Blend this here. Alright. Just get rid of this. So blush, I don't know if they make this anymore. I got it at the beauty supply store when they were selling the Balm Cosmetics. This one is Cabana Boy. And I didn't use it for a while because I have favorite blushes, but I was like, you know what, let's try it. So I'm just gonna go in. This one again is another It Cosmetics brush. So for my blush, I just like to kind of keep it here. If I go too far here, it looks strange. This is really dark, so I just want to go right up the side. I like doing the blush second and then doing the highlight. And then I'll like smile a little bit just to kind of find that cheek. I don't like to bring it in, like I said. Okay. This is a Westmore Beauty brush. I think you can still get these with their blush. I like it to blend. I got one of those like fat, flat ones. I'm always like, oh, I got this, and then I don't know where it is. But anyway, it's those fat, flat ones, and I don't know, they don't seem comfortable enough to me. All right, for the highlight, I'm gonna go with this one, the Barbie Color Pop, and this is one of the Miss Q brushes. I'm gonna go in on the pan, tap it, and then just go right here. It kind of matches that gold look that I did on the brow bone. And this is like not crazy of a highlight, it's like just enough. And then tip of the nose. And then I just like lightly go down the rest, but I like the tip highlighted. Not like a circle. Oh, and then highlight up here, because then that makes your lips look bigger. And here, and then generally, like this is black, but if I have like a tank top on or something, I'll just kind of highlight this, and then the forehead. Good. Not bad for under an hour. Next, where's my... This is a dark brown. If you notice, I naturally have that. I just darken it. It kind of blended in with the summer and getting a tan and stuff. So, next, let's do lips. This is all my lipsticks, except for like 4 that are in my purse right now. And this one here. Lipsticks, lip glosses, lip liners, is like all lip stuff. Ooh, I got this for free at CVS the other day too. This is the one that I want to use. I'm obsessed with this Maybelline Lifter Gloss. I have this one. This color is Crystal that I'm going to use. This one is Moon. This is my favorite. I actually told a client of mine that it was clear crystals, but it's not. This one's a favorite too. This one is Petal and it actually has like color to it. This is more of the clear one. What is this one? Opal. They're just really nice. I just like them. Like I haven't been liking a lip gloss like that in quite a while. So I definitely want, the only thing is with this one, I wish it showed up more bronze and gold. I don't know if I have a bronze or gold, so I might have to do like a nude lip. I know what one I want to do, but I don't know if I have it in here. We shall see. I want to say, no, it was, oh, look at that. It was Urban Decay, and I want to say maybe it was 1993. It is 1993. I found it. Yay! This one. I think that's going to go perfect. Very 90s. I don't have a lip liner for it. I don't know if this Charlotte Tilbury would work. Maybe too pink. No, not too pink. Because in the 90s, rarely would you get a lipstick that had the lip liner to match. Honestly, it was like either too brown or not. Let's see. I think they're gonna work. I missed using lip liner too, to be honest. Alright, let's see what we got here. And it balances on my chin, so then you don't mess up the line like drawing crazy. I want to get one of those things you stick on your finger. And then I'm going to overdraw just a bit. I have. I think this went quite well for an hour. For some reason, I don't know why, I got the urge to go to Hallmark tomorrow because I saw these cute little gremlin, I forget what they're called, little guys they have there. I want them. Good. Bottom. The bottom I always like mess up. Like one side's always not the same, but listen. When you're talking, does anybody really notice that your lip line is like messed up? No. And I don't shut up, so there's that. Okay, so then I'm going to take the lipstick. Oh, yeah. That would get really good. I see it. I threw that back in here. Oh, I'll use the tip because it's still pointing. Just kind of. I know, like 90s look, you would totally just keep this, but I really want to use that gloss. So if I already have lip color on, I won't take the gloss unless I use them specifically together because it's going to get the foot all gross. So I just take a little bit on my finger and go up the side Oh yeah. I think that adds just a little something more and kind of plumps up that top lip a bit, and then I don't want to touch it with that finger, so I'm going to go in with this one. And just kind of stick to the like outer edge. Well, when I talk, it's going to move, so I usually move my mouth the way that I'm going to talk. I just did a share there. Alright, so I was about to say where be my brush, like a pirate. I'll brush this out. Oh, it kinked it a little bit, but not bad. I think it turned out pretty good. Like this. Oh, I forgot my eye drops. But before I put my do my photos, I'll put them in. All right. I think that's good. Nice natural colors. So if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. And thank you everybody who did stop by to say hello, and everybody who supports me. Have a good night. How do I stop? I gotta figure out how to stop. Bye. I should probably wait till everybody says bye.